It's 11 a.m. here in Seoul. I'm Oh Young at the Arirang News Center. We're breaking into our regular programming to bring you a live briefing from the South Korean health authorities on the coronavirus outbreak. In just a few moments, we'll cut into the briefing at the Sejong Government Complex with simultaneous interpretation in English. We're going to go in now to the briefing room where Yoon Tae-ho, Director General of Public Health Policy, will be sharing the latest figures and updates on the COVID-19 situation in Korea. So that will be at the Sejong Government Complex, and it looks like the briefing is about to begin very soon. The Director General for Health Policy, Yoon Tae-ho, is going to take to the podium, and he is going to talk about the number of confirmed cases in the country, as well as update us on the death toll here as well. And of course, the government has been doing this every day, and here he is. It looks like he's about to start the briefing.
The briefing will be conducted via online in order to abide by the social distancing measures. It will be briefed by Mr. Yoon Tae-ho, and it will be followed by a Q&A session via online session, and we will provide sign language translation as well. So here's Mr. Yoon Tae-ho. Let us now begin our regular briefing for March 23rd, Monday, on the coronavirus outbreak here in Korea. As of today midnight, there are a total of 5,684 in quarantine, and of them, 3,166 have been discharged following full recovery. And the death toll stands at 111. And the total confirmed of cases stands at 8,961, up 64 from the day before. And we have witnessed 7 more additional deaths. I send my deepest condolences to those who have passed away. Of the 64 cases, we have a total of 13 cases that were imported from abroad. And of the total number, the imported case stands at 144. Prime Minister Chung Se-kyun convened a KCDC meeting this morning, during which he touched upon issues of the supply of face masks, as well as other quarantine measures that are being put in place. He said that we are carrying out social distancing measures, and he also thanked all of the public and the leaders of the religious circles for abiding by such social distancing campaigns. And he also warned of stern legal action against any breach of the government's quarantine guidelines or orders. And he also said that we will intensify our special entry procedures to curb any more imported cases from abroad. And of the inbound traffic from Europe, we have witnessed a large increase of those who have been confirmed. And on this morning, Prime Minister Chung Se-kyun also pleaded. And yesterday also, he pleaded to the public to support the social distancing measures. And yesterday, we also released guidelines, very specific guidelines and detailed guidelines that the public needs to abide by in order to curb the further spread of the virus. And we also advised the high-risk facilities, as well as religious sports facilities and dance clubs, to be closed for the next 2 weeks. And if these facilities need to be operated inevitably, they need to follow the detailed guidelines published by the government. And we also touched upon the issues of putting in place our quarantine measures, which is very intensive right now, and this needs to be extended for the near future. And we also need to decrease the community transmission of the coronavirus. And on top of these the strict social distancing measures, the KCDC is also carrying out on a daily basis monitoring of each of the local governments. And yesterday we did a breakdown of and monitoring of the religious facilities that are in each of the municipalities, and we have also witnessed a wide increase of the churches in our local communities that have conducted services online. And I also would like to extend my gratitude for the religious circles and all the worshippers for following by the social distancing measures, and 85 of these churches nationwide have failed to comply with the social distancing measures, and we will be warning them of stern legal actions. And from today, as a means to heighten social distancing measures, we will carry out our regular briefing via online. So this specific briefing is also carried out via online. So it's the same as for the 2 p.m. briefing that will be carried out this afternoon. And the KCDC will also provide supplementary measures if there are any room for improvement. And starting from yesterday midnight, we have intensified our screening procedures for all of the inbound traffic from Europe. As we are witnessing a widespread of the virus in Europe, we have been conducting screening testings on all of the people traveling from Europe. Based on their symptoms or their body temperature, we have designated the temporary facilities where these people will be staying. And yesterday, just a day alone, more than 1,400 people have been traveling from Europe, and 150 of them have showed symptoms, and they have been isolated at special facilities. And for those who do not have symptoms, they also have been moved directly to 8 of the facilities near the Incheon city, and they have been screened and tested. And these facilities are also mobilized with about 65 medical staff as well as 300 administrative staff. The rest of the testing results will be available throughout the day, and based on the results, they would be moved to different facilities. Even though the people have tested negative, they will be required to stay at home for self-quarantine. And for those, for the foreigners who are staying temporarily here in Korea, they will be subject to active monitoring from the government. And today also about 1,200 more people will arrive from Europe, and we will be carrying out a regular quarantine on these facilities as well. And in order to carry out swift screening, we also had a walk-through screening center. About 40 of them will be stationed at the Incheon airport. So upon their arrival, they would be immediately screened and tested. This will help us to reduce the time of waiting and screening itself, and we can enhance the rate of circulation. And also we are monitoring the trends of those who are flying in from other countries like the United States, and if needed, we will provide more stern and strict measures to them as well. I would like to advise all of those inbound travelers to refrain from going outdoors and stay at home for the next few days and monitor your situation and download the application and carry out self-quarantine. And today is the second day of the nation carrying out intensified social distancing measures. I know this is very difficult for most of us, but nevertheless, we are witnessing a rapid surge and spread of the coronavirus pandemic globally, and we are still witnessing increased sporadic outbreaks here in Korea. In order for us to step one step forward, we need to step a step back, and with such with such belief in mind, we ask you to actively participate in our social distancing measures. Thank you very much for exerting your best efforts to keep the social distancing measures, as well as the medical staff members. And this is the end of the briefing. Thank you very much.
네, 지금부터 질의응답 시간을 가지겠습니다. 배석자분들은 단상 위로 올라와 주시기 바랍니다.
That was a live briefing that we just heard from South Korean health authorities updating us on the COVID-19 situation here in the country. We just heard that there were 24 additional cases of the coronavirus, and that brings the total to 8,961. There were also 7 more deaths, bringing the death toll to 111. Well, that does it for this coverage of this morning's briefing. We'll be back in just a short while at 12 p.m. Korea time with our midday news. Bye for now.